how many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama. He is a combat veteran, a Purple Heart recipient. He has sacrificed more for this country than most people ever have. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old.
Noem went to Congress hoping for a routine hearing, smile, deflect, avoid accountability. Instead, she got grilled so thoroughly by Democrats that halfway through, she just left.
Recognize the gentlelady from Texas, Ms. Johnson, for 5 minutes of questions.
I'm just going to take the position that she was scared of my questions.
Noem may not have wanted accountability, but accountability is circling her. First off is the fact that she says that she was the reason why the plane headed for El Salvador was ordered to be returned by a federal judge, but did not. She says it was based on her order. Now, whether or not this is Trump just throwing her under the bus, or whether or not she actually and willfully defied a federal order, well, I guess only the two of them know. Regardless, this seems like yet another chance for Trump to avoid accountability by having Noem do it for him instead. And she will. The judge is debating what repercussions, what hearings will result of this. This is only the beginning of what may happen to her as a result of, she says, personally defying a court order that the plane headed for El Salvador be returned.
But Noem's apparent obsession with image actually goes much further than just putting on costumes, because she has directed more than 200 million taxpayer dollars into TV ads to promote her work at DHS. And just to put it in context, that is nearly twice what DHS spent on ads altogether in all of last year. And the content of those ads have already been a scandal kind of in and of themselves.
I'm Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border.
And if you're wondering who exactly the target audience is for that, DHS spent $30,000 to run that ad, the one I just showed you, specifically in the ad market where Mar-a-Lago is.
The organization behind the Mount Rushmore shoot was a group called Strategy Group. They helped run her 2022 governor's race. Also, the main recipient of this contract, this $200 million contract, was a Delaware company that was created just days before the deal was finalized. This is the kind of corruption we're talking about. But Noem will have access to even more taxpayer money, not less, because of the big, awful bill that was passed in the summer. If you remember, it allocated $150 billion to the Department of Homeland Security, which she heads. And she has made it her mission to make sure she authorizes any transaction or payment over $100,000, meaning she will personally be helping direct the $150 billion of taxpayer money. And ProPublica, shining a light on what she has done so far, seems to be giving it to people she knows or her own self-interest.
How many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
I don't believe you served in the military. I haven't either, but I think you and I can agree that as Americans, we owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status here.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service. He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses, nothing serious. He never hurt anyone besides himself, and he's been clean and sober for 14 years. He is a combat veteran, a Purple Heart recipient. He has sacrificed more for this country than most people ever have. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old. Will you join me in thanking Mr. Park for his service to our country?
Sir, I'm grateful for every single person that has served our country and follows
And
our laws.
can you please tell
and knows
Mr.
that our
Park
laws
why
are
you
important
deported
and
him?
every one of them needs to be enforced.
But you understand that many veterans struggle with PTSD, many veterans struggle with substance abuse challenges. This man took 2 bullets for our country. You have broad authority, by the way, as secretary, to issue humanitarian parole, to do deferred action. Will you commit to at least looking at Mr. Park's case to see if you can help him find a pathway back to this country that he sacrificed so much for?
I will absolutely look at his case.
Democrat Congressman Meg Zehner certainly held Kristi Noem to account, asking her how many citizens or veterans has she deported. Of course, she says none, but he has the receipts, bringing out the fact that the United States deported a veteran to Korea despite the fact that he served in combat and was shot twice while defending the United States in combat. And this is how he is treated under Kristi Noem, because this is how you have to hold Kristi Noem and Trump and others to account, to actually bring the receipts. We figure they're going to lie even during congressional testimony. You have to have the answers and the receipts to show their lies. We are all seeing in real time what is happening, the racial profiling on the streets, what is happening. The Somalian American in Minnesota who spoke about the fact that ICE came after him, clearly because of the color of his skin, and did not stop despite the fact that he tried over and over to show them his verification. ICE is tearing families apart, and Kristi Noem deserves to tell the American people the truth. Of course, she doesn't, but we have congressmen like that and congresswomen like him who make sure that she is held to account.
You've already heard the story of Lance Corporal Alejandro Barranco, the United States Marine veteran who is behind you, who also has 2 brothers who are United States Marines. Will you thank Lance Corporal Barranco for his service?
Thank you for your service.
His father, Narcisco Barranco, is a landscaper in California who has lived peacefully in our country for 30 years and has no criminal record. Last spring, while he was mowing the lawn at an IHOP, ICE agents tackled him in the street and imprisoned him for weeks. A peaceful, hard-working man who raised 3 sons to be United States Marines. We need men of that character in this country. Again, as secretary, you have broad discretion. Will you consider Lance Corporal Barranco's father for parole in place to stay in our country, owing to the fact that he has contributed to our country by raising 3 United States Marines?
This is an opportunity to remind everybody that every person that's in this country illegally has an opportunity to voluntarily go home and come back the right way.
He raised 3 United States Marines.
We will facilitate that.
He has been living here peacefully, doing his job for 30 years. You have discretion. You are choosing not to use it. Madam Secretary, you promised America that you would go after the worst of the worst. But these people are not the worst of the worst. A Purple Heart recipient, a military spouse, the father of 3 Marines. And it's not just veterans and military families. You are locking up and deporting children with cancer, mothers with babies in the NICU, United States citizens. There are many problems with your leadership, but the biggest problem is this. You don't seem to know how to tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys. Go after the bad guys. Go after the terrorists. Do not go after veterans, Marines, children,
Gentlemen's
United
time's
States
expired.
citizens. I yield back.
Time's expired. I now recognize.
Hey, Midas Mighty, it's Ben, Brett, and Jordy, and we just want to thank you for being the backbone of this movement.
This year tested us more than ever, but together we proved that pro-democracy voices don't just compete, we win.
We took on the entire MAGA machine, won a Webby for Podcast of the Year,
the MeidasTouch podcast,
and you were with us every step of the way. And trust us, what we're working on next is bigger, bolder, and built for 2026.
Let's keep this momentum going, spread the word, we are just getting started.
Shout out to the Midas Mighty!